It's rolling down the hill. This island's got a magic, baby. Ain't no place gives me that thrill. 'Cause we love Tasmania, and that's why we live here. Yeah, we love Tasmania. Got the blues, but we don't care. From the mountains to the ocean, this island keeps us near. Hear that cold wind blowing through the tall gum trees. Oh, that cold wind's blowing, singing low and free. But the peace out in that silence is the sweetest song to me. 'Cause we love Tasmania, and that's why we live here. Yeah, we love Tasmania. Got the blues, but we don't care. Every sunrise on the water makes the whole world disappear. From Cradle Mountain to the Franklin Shore, you leave this land one time, you'll come running back for more. Wild hearts, wild places, and skies forever clear. Yeah, this island holds our stories, and it holds us year to year. So pour another coffee, watch the clouds drift low and wide. Yeah, pour another coffee, let that day roll by in stride. A good life grows slow out here, with the ocean as our guide. We love Tasmania, and that's why we live here. Yeah, we love Tasmania. Every moment feels sincere. This island's got a heartbeat, and it's the one we always hear.
Yes, testing. 1, 2, 3. How is the audio? And welcome in. This is Radio Jonesy, broadcasting on Radio Jonesy and on Tasmania Island Life. And a pop-up live. It is, let's just go back to this screen here. Look at this. It is 8:09 a.m. and I am in the studio. So I am quite happy for that. I am not out and about. I am not out working. I am sitting here. We've got a few missions to do today. We're getting close to the Christmas celebrations, and good to see you, Gary. That is AKA the YouTube Police. Welcome in. I went live today. I just seen that. I just opened up YouTube and seen that you were live. How are you going there, mate? And how's your watch hours going? Are you getting? Are you attacking it with the venom and doing well? I've got about 80 watch hours to go on Tasmania Island Life. It's just really gone to a snail's pace lately. Yes, his morning coffee. And yeah, it is. And I'm not and don't get me wrong, I am not expecting hundreds of people to pop in. I just thought I'd crack on, do an hour, and get off. I will go to see Junk to Gems. He's live in a couple of hours from now. What's that, 7? I'm not sure what time it is, Central Time he goes live, but it is on the hour, 2 hours from now. So it'll be good to see Gary and see what he's up to. As well as this, Gary, doing fine, just shared you out. I don't know if it'll help, mate. I do appreciate it. And surprisingly, I am very slack with my responses, but I did come in and say thank you to the last couple of share outs that you did last time. So, mate, any help's a great help, and you've always been a good help to this channel over a number of years, my friend. And I hope things are going well. I'm assuming well, you will run 24/7. I know your work schedule. I'm not sure if you're going to get a decent enough break over the festive season, but I'm sure you'll manage it as you usually do. Yep, I'm only seeing you. Let me have a look. I've got 2 wonderful souls in the counter here. Let's have a look. And they're both over at Tasmania Island Life. And it is Andy. It is my good mate from another state. Hello, my amigo. Good to see you, mate. Not working, as you can tell. Got a few things on we can do today. We're getting ready for the family that's arriving. And I'll just push you up top there a bit. And really, really getting things ready. But yeah, just thought I'd pop on and say hi to different people. I've got to, finally, I will be locking in some time schedules, Andy. I'll be doing some afternoon lives our time. So I'll be definitely looking forward to doing that. And so it's 8:13. We'll just change scenes. Look at that. Down into the festive scene. Oh, that's a bit small, isn't it? Over here. So we'll go over to here. We'll make that a bit larger. Starting to learn how to use the old EV Mux slightly. Size of comments. Let's make that. Yep, that's the one. That's the button I wanted. There we go. Yeah, starting to learn EV Mux. I'll probably get the paid version very, very soon. And yeah, so let's go back to comments. Gary's at he's at 1,043 watch hours on the channel. All right, mate. I'm sure with the lives that you do, and if you keep doing them the way you're doing them, we could get a push on to slowly catch you up. So that'd be, if you get, how many hours a week you reckon you make on that channel? 50, 100? Because if you're doing 100 hours a week, you know you're going to get it there in about 7 months or so. That's the best way of looking at it. Putting the numbers on something that Eddie doesn't like to do. Put the numbers on a piece of paper and just look at them and work out the schedule and when you will get there. Okay, we got True. I am at work right now. It's all good. I don't really have any expectations. And where are you up to this year, Andy? You just hanging around the house, or you going somewhere, or what's happening with you? I tell you what, the weather here today, we're gonna crack 20 Celsius today. Today's the first day. It's gonna go 20, maybe a little bit above. Whew. And I will be purchasing my pool salt water, my pool salt to make water for what we discussed. I'll be doing that later today. Andy. Yep. Yep, bar humbug indeed. I'll buy you a T-shirt. The Grinch. Jonesy's in all the way from the wonderful island of Bali. Good to see you, mate, and welcome in. I see you got a new video out I haven't watched yet. I seen that yesterday when I was at work. I thought I'd watch it on the TV. Good to see you. So I don't know how old it. So we got Andy, Planet Jonesy, and Belt Loop, and the old counter here says there's only 2 people. So I'm guessing there's 3. Oh no, it still says 2. But anyway, it is how it is. I'll stick with that. And I know you have to have 77 hours a week to reach monetization over the course of the year. Yeah. If you can, whatever you're getting with your lives, you're getting more people in than I'm getting. That's for sure. Oh, the counter's just rocked up to 3. Baked beans on toast sounds. Hey, talking about baked beans on toast. Yeah, the city mission place where the missus hangs out quite regularly doing her work. The hub there that does the food, for all these people that spend their money on other things and don't spend their money on food, and are broke and always hungry and yada 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 for one reason or another. Well, the hub's on holidays, and all these hungry hippo souls are coming down to her shop business and saying, "We're hungry. They're not opened at the hub. Help us." So what they went out and done, they bought cans of baked beans, like big pallets of cans of baked beans. So every time they come down here, they say, "Here you go. Here's a couple of cans of baked beans. Take them home, eat them up." You're not getting the double cheeseburger, mate. I've woken up. It is obviously just 8:19 a.m. and just got my morning coffee. That's all I've got so far today. Very nice indeed. Morning coffee's got ice cubes in it too, actually. That's the first. Been using ice cubes recently, Andy. That tells you one thing. It's starting to warm up. Yeah, I got 2 and 1. I've got one lovely person at Tasmania Island Life and 2 at Radio Jonesy. I'm streaming on the 2 channels. So thank you. Thank you, Frank, for a change of weather. It was right close to the highway. Jules' medium strip went up, and Big Bertha dragging water from the lake, etc., etc. Yeah, the old bushfire season, it's a bit of a worry. Seems to be history repeating itself. Seems like I average about 10 hours. Okie dokie. Maybe 12. On your lives, you're getting about, but that's not 10 hours a week. Surely, Gary, you're doing better than that. And just do a regular morning live. If you can squeeze in 30 minutes, half an hour. If people know you're going to be live at that time, that's what I have to do. I have to be at a regular time schedule because it just doesn't work popping up. But it is always good to catch up with some friends, and definitely definitely got some friends here. So whoever was over at Tasmania Island Life has now jumped back onto Radio Jonesy. It ain't changed. It's history repeating. It certainly is. We had bushfires on the east coast of the island. I have to get over there and do some more filming. I've got to get over there. I've got to get down to Hobart too and do some filming down there. So we're having an early Christmas, which will be starting this time next week. Doing some adventures. We're having family down here. The little grandson will be down here. We'll be out and about. Hey, Bobby, good to see you, and welcome in, my friend. Good to see you, Bobby, at Pettigene River Homestead. Always good to catch up. We have Andy, and we also have... actually, while you're in Radio Jonesy, I'm pretty sure if you type radio, your link will drop, and if you type weather, town and postcode, or weather and postcode, I'm pretty sure that works at Radio Jonesy. So, yes. So, I see Manchester United won for you the other day, Andy. That would have been, they beat the bottom club, but they still won. That's the main thing. Oh, we got two people. I'm just testing something, doing a test. I know Lauren and Joel, or is it just Lauren? She's just gone live. Must be her regular time slot, but I'm... there we go. Yeah, it's working over there. It says 2 and 2. So whoever else is at Tasmania Island Life, thank you. I need an extra hour. And I've got 3,820 watch hours. And by the way, Gary, if you're still here, I did watch your live with there we go. Bobby's trying to do the weather. I did watch your live, and you were discussing all things YouTube, which was pretty cool. I watched the replay of that. I actually put you in. Is it the speed? I put you in one. Is it 1.75 for the video to play through, and you both sounded. You and Jerry. And I know Eddie was there for a bit too, but you and Jerry sounded absolutely spot on at 1.75. It was sort of clear and clean, and it just kept moving. I don't know what that says, but it says I enjoyed watching it at that speed. Hey, weather for Havana. Conditions are sunny. Temperatures are 58. Hey, that's not bad for winter. Wind is blowing from the south at 8 miles an hour, and the humidity 42%. Sounds like that's a pretty pleasant winter's day there, Bobby. As a kid sat at the grandparents' place this time of year, fire rumbling up the gully at Mount Riverview, and behold, hit the fire break. It went no further. Stupid government stopped. Yep, mate. Well, that's one thing we've learnt over our life, is government have way too much input into our lives. Like, they want to control things. They want to actually manage your like this thing that's kicking off today. Today is the 10th. Today, have you noticed any change? Today is the 10th, and in Australia today, the under 16 social media ban kicks off. So all social media, except for there's one company which I've seen, which is supposedly small, too small to worry about, but apparently it's owned by a rich person who's trying to get in while the others have been kicked off. So there'll be, very, very interesting, that subject. But all under 16, like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, you name it, all the big players, if you're under 16, you cannot hold an account in Australia. And they even said on the news last night, the Sheila who's run it, this American Sheila, who's an unelected official, she's come in and said, if we see that you, the parent, are playing all this kids stuff or letting access to your children, we can ban the parents' account as well. So it's getting pretty crazy. Absolutely crazy indeed. Still here, but dealing with assignments. Good on you, mate. Always appreciate you, Mr. Beltloop. Yep, and let me catch up. Even though there's only a handful in the chat, we've got extra people coming in. It's wonderful. 3 and 3. I'm broadcasting on 2 sites. If you, I'm on Tasmania Island Life as well as Radio Jonesy. So that's why if you only see a couple of people in, we're getting a few more popping in now. So welcome in, everybody. Yeah, for sure. Bobby saying, everyone's saying hello. It doesn't mean that, really. I speak kind of slow myself, but it did sound, you put it on and have a listen at 1.75. It sounded great. Absolutely great. I wonder if you still get the hour watch time or whatever it was. If you watch, like, if you put it on speed, I wonder if you get the full watch time for that. Now, that's an interesting question. I need to ask someone important. Kids will find a way around it. They're kids after all. Yeah, 100% correct. And, like, honestly, my daughter watches Bluey, you know what I mean? Like, because of the grandson. The grandson doesn't have an account. It's the daughter's account. But that sort of thing's going to go on. The parents are just going to, what do you want to watch? Yep, let's go. And, you know, the parents are the ones. Hey, Kenneth, good to see you. And welcome in. Yeah, it's the parents are there to be the parents, right? So would you let a stranger who is a government bureaucrat, there's a word for this morning, it's a bit early, a bureaucrat. Would you let someone from the government, let me say it that way, parent your children? The answer would be no, because you know you're the one who's going to be making the decisions. Oh man, I had a good sleep today too. I slept in because there was no need to get up. Young Charlie, he was sitting there looking at me, staring. I woke up, and Charlie's looking at me, the dog. He's just staring straight into my eyes as I woke up. He's looking at me, and I'm thinking, okay, this is a bit freaky. And it's because no one's woke up, and he was hungry. He wanted some breakfast. So I cooked him up a sausage. He was very happy. For example, if you watched it at 2 speed, you'd get through it in half the time. You'd also only get credit for half of the original time. I'd reckon that's probably the right case, but when you think about it, you've watched the whole video, which goes for an hour, even though you watched it in half space. But that makes more sense, Gary. But you know, the mysteries of the YouTube world, it is a mystery. Poetic Tears, good morning, good evening, and welcome in, wherever you're watching around the world. And it's good to see you. We're broadcasting on Radio Jonesy and Tasmania Island Life on two channels. Yes, and I was just saying, Tasmania Island Life, we've got 80 watch hours to get to 4K. 80 watch hours, so we're getting there. It's slowed up a bit recently. Helps if I put more content out, but I've been driving to the same location last week. Most of these driving around videos on Tasmania Island Live, I'm driving to the same location time and time again. Last week I done 6 days straight driving 1 hour 15 minutes each way to Smithton and back. I know that slice of the highway, like I know every pothole. I know what's nice to look at. I drove in rain, in wind, in sunshine. I just thought it'd be too boring to film similar content most days, so I didn't film a drive video last week, which I should rectify. And yeah, let me say, look at the studio you see here behind me now. You might see changes in the near future. Changes are afoot. Well, afoot. Change is happening. Change is good. And it is always just sent you a snippet of Delilah. All right. I will check that out. Hey, Andy, you could actually, if you wanted to test something out, you could call me and I can see if I can get this on Bluetooth on the phone. You might be able to come on audio if you wanted to and just have a chat. I've got the Bluetooth on. I think I have. Yeah, Bluetooth's on. The desk is on. Yes, so I wonder if that works. It should work. Haven't done that since we used to do the interviews. But, okay, we'll check that out later. Everyone's saying hi to everybody. Everyone's so polite. Yeah, so the under 17, under 16, 16 and under social media ban starts today in Australia. So they've got this stupid woman who's in charge of I don't know, social media in this country. She's not an elected official. She's just a bureaucrat. There's that word again. And yeah, they've made decisions about how kids get bullied online. So what we're going to do, we're going to stick our head in the sand and cut the whole thing off. I am using EV Mux free version right now. And yes, you've got, let me show you a few little things here. You can make your scenes different. Like this one, for instance, I could go full screen. See how for the free version, you've got the EV Mux logo, which is like a ball rolling in and rolling out. Yeah, so this is I quite like it, actually. I like the idea you can do things like this. Let me have a look at layers. And then we've got, where did I find all that stuff before? Gradient. Like, check this out. So then we'll go to small screen. And you get that nice sort of moving background. This is the free version. You get that sort of, you know, if I wanted to make myself smaller, well, I'm pretty sure I can. I'll put myself up in the corner. Okay, that's the phone. Let me just put your life to air. I'll put your life to.
Okay, life's the fucking U-turn.
Oh.
Did I say that?
All right. I've just had a phone call. I've got. Where are we? Hang on. I'm on this. Let me just jump back to here. Are you there, Andy?
I am.
And can we hear Andy? Let me say.
I don't know. I can hear you.
I can hear you too. Can everyone else hear Andy who's in the chat? Who's come on the Al Capone? So he's Andy's on the phone. Believe it or not.
On the telephone. We're going to old school, my friend.
Yes, old school. Well, shouldn't show. I'll blur that out later. You might get some interesting phone calls there. The number was shown. You can just send me the bill if you got to fix that problem.
Be very afraid.
Yes. So what's going on, Andy? What's been going on? You can use.
It appears the gig wasn't as bad as someone had me believing.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, in a way it is, but still, I got a point to prove.
Yes, you got to do it again.
Oh, of course.
That's the way. This is the Scotland Rocks.
No, it'll be the Odd Collective goes back out, mate.
Okay.
In one guise or another, the Odd Collective's about to rise and smash it.
Yep.
And we both know I'm quite capable of doing that.
We certainly do.
The one person who decided that wanted to denigrate Andy because he was being rather ill one night is about to find out that if I'm good enough for Bob Spencer and Murray Burns, I'm good enough to hang with anybody.
Yes, mate. Definitely.
And so, Bob of the year, you will find me hanging with those everybodies. Maybe one night only. It may be saying goodbye to something, but it doesn't mean it's the end.
It's never the end until you're 6 foot under.
Oh, that's right.
That's exactly.
I've made 2 attempts at carking it on stage and not been successful so far.
They say all good. They say good artists always die on stage. So you don't.
There's hope for me yet, you reckon?
You don't want to do that for about another a few years from now. Anyway, you want to hang on for a bit.
Well, you know, they said I was the least likely to make 21 at Carlingford High School. Guess what? I'm 3 days off 65, mate,
Wow.
and I'm still here.
Yeah, so with the hustle and bustle of Christmas, I keep forgetting about it. It's the trip around the sun comes up for you
On Saturday.
Saturdays. This
Yep.
Saturday. What day is it today? Thursday. No, Tuesday. Wednesday. Jeez.
It's Wednesday.
See what happens when you have a busy schedule. You never know what you're doing.
See what happens when you get old. You can't remember why you're walking down the damn hallway.
While you're there, Gary, how's the audio coming through with Andy? I can hear him pretty clear. Can you? Is it coming through good? And so, what else is on the?
I added some sound effects.
Yeah, I sort of heard something there. Sound like a police car out the front.
Nah, could have been a fiery.
Okay.
No, the change of weather's been actually pretty good. It looks like they've got the one Redhead. The wind keeps changing, man. It got a bit scary again. Remember, probably 10 years ago, they actually had us on Watch and Act on Oxford Street. Well, it got to that again on Sunday morning. It came over the airwaves, Watch and Act.
Oh, wow.
So, the wind just kept changing, and the fireys up here, mate,
yeah.
I've got nothing but respect for all of them. They saw what happened at Coolawong, and the potential for Redhead, because it got to Collier Street, right up the top where there's, that nursing home as you first come into Redhead?
Yeah.
Well, that's as far as it got. It didn't get to that, but geez, them fireys did a really good job of holding it back from taking out Redhead. And then it turned around and tried to take out parts of Dudley as well. So they've done really well not to lose a house. And it come up again. The median strip between the Angle Farm, as you come out of Bennett's Green to head up the Belmont S-Bends, went through there as well, threatened Jules, and they got rid of that right royally quick too. So we've still had Big Bertha flying over the top of us this morning, dropping retardant. It's been pretty hectic, mate. The whole Hunter Valley's got fires all over the place at the moment.
Okay, let me just show the audience what we're talking about. I'll try to work out how to share the screen. So I've got to, where do I go for that? So I've got to go there, no, there, over here, share screen. It usually helps when you click the right button. All right.
To be quite honest, Jonesy, I'm done with natural disasters, man.
Oh, yeah, mate. So this is what we're talking about. There's been these fires in New South Wales have just been causing chaos. And let me just go back to the where were we there? Yeah, it's just been absolutely causing chaos, and there's just the firefighters, whether they volunteer or they are the paid varieties, like, look at this. Look, absolutely crazy, that one down in...
Coolawong.
Yeah, Coolawong. Absolutely scary stuff. Imagine that.
No, that came down to them not being able to cut fire breaks at the back of their properties adjoining national parks and shit anymore.
Yeah.
Our good buddy Craig Stewart, man, where his place is,
yeah,
he should be able to dig, at least a a 2-metre fire break, dig a gully between his property and the thing, but councils won't let him do it, greeny bastards.
Yeah, like there's a picture on the screen now. There's a picture on the screen now. It just shows you the like the suburb. You can see the houses burnt to the ground, the swimming pools. It's a beautiful area, close to the water, but boy, there's a lot of trees and bush, and the local governments just tell you you can't cut it, you can't cut trees down willy nilly. And what happens is that the trees are so close to the housing, they just catch fire.
It hasn't helped, Jonesy, that they've allowed building of houses where if your next door neighbour farts, their bathroom's that close to you as you hear it in your lounge room.
Yeah, mate, I'm well aware of that scenario, being in the apartment complex I was in. But the housing, the new estates today, definitely ridiculously close to each other. But yeah, very scary stuff. If you had to live in zones where these fires just ravaged and come through, like there's some.
The ridiculous part of a lot of that, when they were telling people they couldn't get into Coolawong, the other choice they had was to go back out through Woy Woy.
Yeah, and that's where.
And well, Coolawong's there, Woy Woy Road's just over there. You really want to send them Woy Woy Road with the chance of it taking Woy Woy, that whole sector out again?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just got ridiculous up here, mate. And I've seen 3 hours from you. It's just ridiculous too. And, if you're not allowed to clear, if you're not allowed to fell trees, so human beings have got a bit more safety. Like I said on the YouTube chat, I sat and watched one rumble up when I was about 6 years old up the grandparents' place. Watched it rumble up the gully at Mount Riverview, and all of a sudden, it had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
There's a fire break. And my grandfather and the bloke next door, they'd all get down in the gully with their hose and shovels, and they'd be digging the fire break. Every year they'd make sure they trimmed all the trees down and knocked out the unnecessary vegetation. And they can't do that anymore.
Yeah, no, even how old are the Aboriginal race? Like, how old are they? Honestly, they've been here for a long time.
They've been here a long time,
yeah.
we shall say.
And let me say, their thing was backburning. Their thing was if the wind was blowing a certain direction, let's start a fire now and get rid of this over underbrush and long grasses. For a number of reasons, they helped minimise the fire risk, and it also flushed out animals which they were hunting at the same time. But they managed themselves back in those days, and today, with all the technology that we have, it is just not. We're just not evolving. We're going backwards. We're as the great band from the 80s, and we're still going today, called, I'm going to upset some people here, called Devo. Their thing was de-evolution. So we're going back to being apes again. Like, it's absolutely crazy. We just got to
we've been devolving for years. They've just added a new tag to it, and what is it? Gender ideology.
Oh yeah. Well, geez, we don't open it.
Ain't that the biggest trick humanity's ever tried to play upon itself?
Yeah, mate. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole today. Let me say.
It's the decline of Western civilization.
Yeah.
In fact, it's 1984, just come 42 years late, that's all.
Yeah, you're right. And while we're here, let me say, YouTube Police and Poetic Tears are having a great conversation about the cost of EV Mux. And let me say, EV Mux is a great little tool which I've sort of shown a few different versions of this. Here's a good little. I like this basic one where you've just got yourself and the time. But yeah, you're right, mate. It's when someone can't stand up on the political stage and say what is a woman, or what is a man. How backward have we become as a society? Honestly.
Well, here's a case for you. I'm told by a surgeon who's got me in line to do a hip replacement.
Yeah.
To take it to my local member of parliament. Well, it turns out my local member of parliament's a woman called Jodie Harrison, the ex-mayor of Lake Macquarie. The thing about her is she's the Minister for Women in New South Wales.
Yeah.
But when questioned in Parliament by, of all people, Mark Latham, she couldn't tell you what a woman was.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
And you think I'm going to go to that person to advocate for what she would refer to as a white cis male?
Yeah, mate.
Ain't going to work, lady. So I've bypassed that. Went above her head.
Yeah, it's just the world's. We're sort of. Are we?
Tasmania's the worst with the gender garbage, Jonesy.
It would not surprise me.
It honestly is. Obviously, because of family stuff, I've delved pretty heavily into that when the confusion of one of mine came about. And, well, when you've got a bunch of people all around the planet that are basically getting down on their hands and knees and bowing to the works of Dr. John Money, well, what do you got there, man?
Yeah, mate.
You got a bunch of people who are basically worshipping a guy who convinced the parents of a little boy who had a botched circumcision that took away half of that little boy's manhood. Convinced those parents that because of an accident, he should be gender realigned as a girl. So what did they do?
Yeah.
Surgery on that poor little boy who'd already had the most brutal experience any male could go through. Lost half of his lost half of his manhood in a brutal accident, and then they proceeded to brutalise the poor guy further. And this is the man's works, the man who recommended this. They're following the teachings of this man. Poor excuse for a human being.
Yeah, well, we just let's hope society now, like over 2 years ago, it was really deep diving. Today, we're sort of slowly getting life back to some sort of.
The really gratifying part of it is that lesbian, gay, and bisexuals are standing up and saying, "This is we aren't part of this. This is sexuality. This isn't mental illness. This isn't confusion about who we are. We are people who are basically under, the dictionary meaning of the word homosexuals."
Yeah,
that's
but we could cut it down to the basics. Like
there's man and there's female and male. That's it.
Yeah, and whatever you want to do at home in your own time, in your own place, and with
Do it.
with whoever.
Do it. Go for it.
That's it. Do whatever you enjoy and keep it to yourself.
Because you know me well enough to know, sure as hell, if there's something I'm going to enjoy and it might get me into a little bit of trouble, I'm willing to take the risk.
Yeah, well, don't get me in trouble at the same time.
Oh, have I ever been known to do that?
I don't. Oh, not really. But you do. You do take. I tell you what we should be doing, Andy. We should be doing more live, more videos or conversations where we can just talk about subjects. I'm quite happy to go down that road if you want to do some.
Well, mate, that's why the other channels, my channel's set up as the Andy Rants, so we might as well do some ranting.
Yeah, and we could always just, if you didn't want to go on, if your video system doesn't work good enough, we could always just utilize this sort of setup. But it's
I shouldn't watch. Well, you know, I'll put YouTube on and be listening to podcasts.
Yeah,
a lot of things. A lot of podcasts go out without any video at all, and it's just Jim Cornette, the wrestling manager with a tennis racket, just has a cartoon drawn by this guy.
Yeah,
and he'll be on air for 3 hours, 30 minutes ranting wrestling.
I hear. Yeah, and I'm just replying to Poetic Tears. There's a nice question there. Has a Radio Jonesy has a music channel with a question mark? That's how all this started. You know, the old YouTube game.
That started with Australian radio indie.
That's it, and that's like we work. I was at Lake Macquarie FM. Got to meet this gentleman called Andy, and had a
gentlemen use that term very loosely when it comes to me.
Well, let me just say, I met this music-loving friend. We'll say music-loving friend. That he calls himself. He's out there. He calls a spade a spade. And let me just say, someone like you, Andy, you've lived a pretty full life. Like, how many countries have you actually been to?
1, 2, 3.
Been to a couple of the bigger ones too.
19.
There you go, 19. That was you've nailed that down. But Europe, you can knock a few countries over in Europe.
Oh, you can do that in 4 hours.
You can definitely. But
it's like driving through the States. Yeah, takes us 10 hours to drive to Queensland from here. In the States, well, you've done it. You can go in 9 different states in 10 hours.
Yeah, let me just say Australian Radio Indie. If hey, Shawnee, welcome in, Shawnee, and thank you for dropping by. Can you drop the link for Australian Radio Indie, Shawnee, while you're there? And thanks for dropping in. We've been going live on 2 channels, and Shawnee, I'm at 3,000. Jeez, where am I at now? Am I at it? Oh, I better not click that button. I'm on the phone. Oh, well, I've got about 80 watch hours to get, Shawnee. So, that's where we're at as we speak. About 80 to get. 80 and a couple. And let me just run down the chat. So, Beltlip will be right back. He's probably back already. Australian Radio Indie, yeah, that's the channel. That's where it all kicked off with the music. And like I've worked in a couple of radio stations. I've set up an online radio station which actually was going gangbusters for how many years? Geez, That's got to be.
Got to be coming on a decade.
It's got to be. And the only reason I stopped it is that when I moved to Tasmania, we could not hold the bandwidth. It just would not stick. So I had to stop it, and then I branched out to an American online radio station, What's Happening Entertainment Radio, and I was broadcasting there, doing my stuff through their network, and I've taken basically a year off radio to concentrate on YouTube, and I've got 3 channels monetized in that 12 months. So that's basically the life story of Radio Jonesy. So I've got Radio Jonesy, on tour with Radio Jonesy, Tasmania Island Life. There's a whole bunch of other stuff, station channels that I do as well, but they're the 3 that are getting ad revenue, or will be getting. And you look at this. Andy is a rock star in Australia. It says Belt Loop. He gets up on stage and he's got a. Let's talk about your album, Andy. Let's promote that. What have you got out there, and how can people get it?
They can go to the YouTube thing. One of the most arranged to get access to the Google Drive and run the album from there.
We're starting to lose you a bit. You're going a bit like you're underwater again. So, yeah, you can always hit us up here as well. I can point you in the right direction. But he's got some wonderful music. It's the album's Eleanor's Curse, and there's a whole story behind just the album itself. Like, why was it called Eleanor's Curse? You know, crazy times, good times.
Well, the T-shirts actually said "Tear the Playhouse Down 2020."
Yeah. And let me say, 2020, the whole world nearly got torn down.
Yeah, well, 2 years later,
yeah,
floodwater to the roof.
Oh yeah, mate, that's right. Oh,
I opened the door to the shed, and out comes, oh, how did that amount of water stay in that shed for that long? Like, oh, okay. And then you kick the wall. Water does some strange things, and I just had to find out personally, didn't I?
Yeah, when you buy a house on a river, you sort of the possibility of like a 1 in how many years flood.
Well, 1 in 1,000, that one.
Yeah, and just so happened that you were living in a lovely location.
Well, it still had its adventure about it. You know, kind of surreal seeing 2 brown snakes swimming down your driveway. And ringing your mate who lives, across the river, and he comes over in his boat and picks you up in your driveway.
Yeah, mate, they are crazy times, mate. There's a whole podcast there we could talk about. Just the way life can treat a man. The way things happen. Why they happened and how they happened, and the universe does strange things to good people.
Such is life. Life is there as one big test.
Yeah.
It tests your patience. It tests your belligerence. It tests your endurance. And I think the belligerence is what keeps me going.
Yeah, mate. And well, I'll tell you what. If you didn't have the enthusiasm that you have for life, really, you would have given up a long time ago because
I've seen people fucking, excuse the phrase, drop the ball,
yeah,
you know, and start the process very early. Well, what process is that? That started when I was born. The only inevitability was at some point, this is going to end.
well, this is going
Wonder
to.
what that.
What happened there, Andy? You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, something happened then.
Yeah. The only inevitability is at some point that is end. And I'll hark back to a guy called Stuart Adamson, and strangely enough, he took his own life.
Geez.
But when he wrote In a Big Country,
Yep.
the main line of that was always stay alive. You're alive.
Yeah.
Why die? Why die without making any noise? Why die slowly and knowingly put yourself in a situation where you're going to either heaven or hell's waiting room, an over 55s village? You know, why? Why would you do that to yourself? If there is life in that body of yours and life in your brain, keep it alive. Simple. You can be held together with serious amounts of titanium, looking at more, and be sitting around moping around saying life sucks.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it does, but the other option is you're not here at all.
And we know too many good people that are at that. Well, that's happened to them, and unfortunately,
my dear friend Daylene,
oh yeah, mate,
not want me to have stopped living just because she went through hell.
Yeah,
Yeah, I ain't stopping living for nobody.
I hear you, mate. It's I'm just doing something down here on the background. I'll just fix that other problem up, Gary, for the other.
Yeah, mate, I'm
Sure.
out of here.
All right, mate. Well, thanks for popping on and testing that out. I'm glad that worked. So let's catch up, and we'll definitely do some more conversation on thing planned, and we're having Christmas on the Sunday, which is the 22nd, is it, or the 21st, or around there sometime. And then
When did they fly back, Brizzy?
yeah, the next day on the Monday. So when and then they go home and they have another Christmas with his family. Their parents are in from America, or one of them's there already, and the other one's coming in very soon. So let me say, the little fella, the grandson, is going to be very well spoilt this year. So looking forward to it.
Who are you trying to kid, Jones? He's going to get right spoiled every damn year.
For sure. Let me say,
With the Aussie grandparents being like you and Karen.
I
Who you kidding? That kid's not going to get spoiled till he's, till you're no longer here. He's going to get spoiled.
yeah,
And rightfully so. He's your offspring. He's keeping your line alive, mate.
let me say, he does love music, and we bought him. And where does that come from? I bought him. Have you seen those toys that are like a box, and you get these little statue things, and you put the statue thing is like the you save all your MP3s, and music goes into this statue thing, and you just place the statue on the box, and the music starts playing. Have you seen those? I think I've lost Andy. But I bought him one of those last year anyway, and he's been loving that, and we filled that up with music. And yes, I have about, let me go down the list of channels. The main channel, I kicked off my YouTube journey. Switch account. Here we go. This button here. So I started. Oh, geez, go back. I started on Australian Radio Indie. And as you can quite clearly see there's Australian Radio Indie, Outback Tasmania, Charlie the Tasmanian Dog, Beach Feet, Radio Jonesy Clips, Tasmania ASMR, Tasmania Island Life, Music is Life, On Tour with Radio Jonesy and Radio Jonesy. That's the first batch. There's some more, but we won't even worry about the other ones I've really given up on. But they're the ones that I play with, and they're the ones that I do. So, anyway, let me. I just have fun with these things. All right, let me get back to the chat, and we're going to wrap up in about 15 minutes from now. And we've got, where are we? How many radio stations do you have? Sometimes I like to switch channels depending on the channel I'm in. I'm a mod with you. I tried to fix that up for you, Gary, too. So next time you go on to YouTube Police, I think I've fixed that up. But just sing out again like you did. I just get way behind on the backroom stuff that you do on YouTube. But I do like the format here with EV Mux. Like, this is the festive one. I'm using this one right now. But this is sort of like the standard. Oh, not that one. That one I haven't fixed properly. But let me just change again. I got to play with that Christmas one. This is the basic, and I like the black background. I like it just being, everything's clear. As you can see, if you're watching the replay, you can see it was on the 10th of the 12th, 2025. It's a Wednesday. There's the time we're live in Australia. And here we go. Yeah, and Belt Loop here's come in. I think he has 3 monetized. I know he's working on getting this one monetized. This one will be the third. This one's monetized only for the first stage, but I've already got the subs, and I'm about 80 watch hours behind on Tasmania Island Life. So that'll get done in the next week or so. I'm sure the watch hours that 80 watch hours will come in, and yeah, that'll be 3 that it gets ad revenue, and I really think the ad revenue is not to be sneezed at. Unless when you get views, you get lots of views, you can make some interesting sort of ad revenue. If you get average views, like 100 views, depending on what you do, is the revenue. With Tasmania Island Life, I'm using that as a travel channel, and I put that in my document, in the paperwork as you go down when you get monetized. And being travel, you'll notice the ads on that channel will be more Airbnbs, airlines. There'll be more travel sort of related ads, and you get paid a little bit extra when you're talking travel. So that's On Tour with Radio Jonesy and Tasmania Island Life. I class that as my travel destination sort of channel, and I get a little bit extra ad revenue. So never sneeze at ad revenue. It's definitely out there to grab. Memberships and super chats and all that sort of stuff's fantastic, but the bread and butter is ad revenue. So if you go for that, and Gary does have a bunch of channels too. He's got that's the main one, Belt Loop 29, and then YouTube Police, and then Belt Loop Homestead, and all sorts of Belt Loop animals. What's that one? Pets and furry things. Yeah, and definitely my advice for anybody getting monetized, right? Don't worry about your subs in a way until your watch hours are up there, because you're 503K. So if you've got, say, 200 subscribers and you've got nearly 3,000 watch hours, well, you really need to get your subs up to 500. You sort of got to balance it whichever way you're going. And to get subs, honestly, the organic growth thing everyone talks about, and I'm not talking about organic as a farmer, I'm just talking about people will stumble across your content and for whatever reason will like it and join. That is the way things seem to work best, because they seem to like it and they'll come back. When you go to we got a dog. I don't know if you can hear Charlie, but he's having a big sulk. Is he right? By the way, Charlie's had an operation as well. So Charlie's had a procedure, and he's not happy. Let me just say that. But yeah. So subscribe on tour with Radio Jonesy. I reckon I've got over 2,000 subscribers there from doing shorts. Just doing shorts. I was doing shorts every day, maybe 5 a day, and my subscriber count just kept clicking over. So that got me, I'm up to about 4,700 on tour with Radio Jonesy. But the thing is they don't come and watch your long form videos. And welcome in. I'm sorry about I'm being a bit late. I love the avatar, by the way. So how do I say that? Fair Brick Studios. Is that the way I say it? Welcome in. Good to see you. And hello. And I'm way behind. That's 7 minutes behind, so I'm not sure what the wow was. One is under 600. Good for you, Gary. Keep doing shorts. Are all those over 1K in subscribers? Is that what you're asking? Let me just go down the list. Right, the music channel, which was Australian Radio Indie, which is Australian Radio Indie, has, and the handle for that is Radio Jonesy 4, is 762 subscribers, and the watch hours, you know what? I had well over 3,000 watch hours on that channel, and now I'm down to about 300 because I just don't focus my energies there anymore. As a music channel, we've got podcasts. I'm probably going to get that one going as well, because music is basically what I do. It's who I am, and Outback Tasmania, that's my gardening channel. That is that's only at its infancy, only just really kicked that off. I'm at 124 subscribers there. Charlie the Tasmanian Dog, that is a channel about our lovely dog Charlie. The daughter is supposed to be running that channel. She's worse than me, so that's saying something. And that's in its infancy. That's 67. Beach Feet is a channel where I walk down the beach. Last 2 summers ago, I kicked that one off. Just going for walks on the sand. Sounds pretty good. It was a good idea for, at the time I had some health issues, and I had to move and groove, and out on the beach I think was the way to go. So I just said that if I'm going to go on the beach, let's start a channel that's called Beach Feet. That's only got 160 subscribers. Radio Jonesy Clips. Check that one out if you get a chance. Radio Jonesy Clips. That's going to be all the shorts and little bits of videos that you'll see on my other channels. So Radio Jonesy Clips is that one. And Poetic Tears is in Arkansas. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing Gary at Junk to Gems. He's going live in about 45 or 40 minutes from now. So definitely looking forward to that. So Radio Jonesy on Tour has 4,740 subscribers, and Radio Jonesy has 1,150 subscribers. So that's where I'm at with my subscriber counts. I'm trying not to do shorts on my main channels anymore. I want to just get people to come and watch the long form videos. If they want to come and watch shorts, they'll come over to Radio Jonesy Clips. That's where all the shorts will be. And I'm going to be linking videos to the shorts. It's a new formula, a new strategy, a new thing that's going on. I'm always trialing new techniques. I've been getting long story short, I got some great advice from a very good YouTuber who basically sort of steered me in a direction that I'm going now, and it has got me monetized. It has got me working out what I was doing wrong, and it's putting me on the right path. In the if you're going to put energy into something, like, this is a weird strategy and a weird way of saying it, but try to pretend it's a business, even though you're doing it for fun, even though you're having conversations with people that you really half the time you don't know. Eddie keeps complaining when I add another channel. Good for you, mate. You don't like numbers, that's why. So I had held off on adding another channel. Don't want to listen to his whining. Yeah, I hear. But Luke 29, yep. It's true, he says. It's true. He's my bestie, yep. And honestly, let's get this out in the open. How did you come across Eddie, and how did Eddie come across Belt Loop 29? There's an interesting video that should be made, because these two guys are like chalk and cheese, the yin and yang, the opposites attract, all that sort of stuff. Oh yeah, we go back from the originals, trying to work out how we get monetized. And Gary was the first one to get there, and then we all sort of cute critters. That's the one. What do I call it? Furry friends. Well, that could be a channel. Furry friends. Ooh, jeez, you get in trouble with that. I have 1,000+ subscribers. Got to get those hours. Yeah, and honestly, content gets you watch time. And if you go to your analytics, I know analytics has all the answers. Go to your analytics, see what people have watched, what you've put out, and then repeat and replicate. That's why Tasmania Island Life went so well in a short amount of time. I was told what videos are getting watched, and they were a certain style of video, and I was told, well, if they're watching that, keep doing those and get better and better and better at it. And that's what I'm doing with that. Sorry, Gary, I just ran straight off that one. That's what I'm doing. I'm really just doing an experiment, Radio Jonesy 2. It's not like subs is a priority, but for somebody it is. Just show somebody the situation and how to fix it. Yeah, I'm just going down the. I know Jerry doesn't like to say organic growth, but that's what I've been doing now. Just been, if people want to be here, they're here, and if they find me and they stick around, it's fantastic. And it's like it's like Andy in the music scene. You're never going to sell music if you don't produce it. If you don't put it out there, you're never going to get on. You're never going to be a popular musician unless you get on stage and do your thing. So people have got to hear you. They got to see you. They got to listen to what you got to say, whether it's a video or it's a live. It's always the watch hours is that, yeah. Those are harder to get for sure. They're the watch hours. And yeah, like I said, and the advice I was given, and let me say my little advisor, the guy who contacted me because he thought I was related to him, and then we had a conversation about, and then he just, I don't know whether he felt like guilty or he wanted to help me or whatever it was, but he's been advising me, say, once a month, once a week, just checking in. Well, the last check-in was that, hey, thanks for following my guidelines, whatever. You're on your own. Good luck. I'll see you later. Ciao, sort of thing. And basically won't be back. So that's how he says. But and that person actually sells coaching courses. So that's probably why he stopped, because he was giving me some pretty good advice. My 3 channels are over 2K subs. Shorts, and I guarantee you they were mainly from shorts. Yeah, this is one thing about shorts. People come and watch shorts, and then that's what they want to see. They want to see that 15-second dopamine hit, and they just go bang, next. They're a certain breed of YouTuber. They're a like someone who just likes that instant hit. Whereas, like I watch videos that go for an hour. I'll sit down on the lounge, have my drink, put my feet up, and just watch someone's content. And once you get into their sort of, if you enjoy what you watch, you just keep going back. And I enjoy that now. That is my television. That is, we don't watch normal TV. We watch YouTube. So the wife's got her channel. She goes and watches all her music, all her activities that she gets up to, and does all her thing. Good morning down under, Ned Head. Good to see you, and welcome in. We're just about to wind this up. Actually, I've been live for an hour and a half, and I do have a couple of appointments to get to at this time of the day. It is 9:29, as you can see. I've got an appointment at 10 o'clock, so I have to get down into town for that. And then we're going to do some Christmas shopping after that. And what I was saying about the shorts is that when someone comes to watch, what happens? This is how YouTube thinks, right? You get subscribers, and then YouTube's algorithm sends your new video to the people who subscribe to you. Well, if you get say a 50, just say we'll go with 1,000 subscribers. If you've got 500 of those 1,000 subscribers are there to watch your shorts, and you've got 500 of those subscribers are there to watch your long-form videos. When YouTube chucks out your new long-form video to your 1,000 subscribers, and only, say, 2/3 of the 500, like the 500 that watch your shorts won't watch it, and then you know how not everyone watches your videos, just say 2/3 watch it. So just say 300 watch your, because we shared it out and every second person watched it that we shared it to, and then they share it again and it goes bigger and better. That's the theory behind not focusing too much on shorts. But if you're chasing subscribers to 1,000, you need to do shorts to get you there, because it does help. But that's the sort of Washington, D.C. Thanks for popping in, Nedhead, and great to see you. Hey, the time is 9:32. Let me just run down the chat. I'm going to have to wind it up. I'd like to thank everyone for coming in. Shorts don't count towards monetization. Yeah, you get watch time on your shorts, but it doesn't count. That's correct. You need shorts. You need is it 10 million? 10 million views in 3 months to get monetized if you're doing shorts. Mississippi. I learned to spell that on a TV show years ago. Mississippi. All right, let me just shorts don't hurt your channel. No, but you did hear the theory that I gave you about the people will watch your shorts, but they won't. If you put out a long form, I'm here for the long form content, so that's what I'm here for. So anyway, if anyone wants to ask me a question, Radio Jonesy with the number 1 at gmail.com, I'll be happy to answer them. Hey, Scott, good to see you, mate. I'm about to close it down. I've been going for an hour and a half and longer. No, an hour and a half, yeah. I have an appointment at 10 o'clock, so I see I've got 25 minutes to get my finger out and get there. So thanks, everyone, for coming in. If you want to check out the replay, and please feel free. I saw Eddie in another live stream. I was invited up on panel. We talked at the after party. Okay. All right. I'm just rolling down the list. I'm missing a lot of these conversations, and geez, I need a drink after a rusty throat. Yeah, and just running down. Everyone's having it. Robin's in the gardens. Thanks for popping in. I'm about to pop out. Thank you, the garden world. I've found those who watch shorts don't stick and watch your videos. Yeah, that seems to be the formula, the thing that does happen. If you want to make shorts, by all means, make them. And it's great. You know what you can do? On your short, if you go to your PC, you can link a video to your short. So the idea that I'm doing a shorts channel, which is Radio Jonesy Clips. And on there'll be shorts, and I'll be linking my latest long-form videos to those shorts. That's what I'm doing. So I'll tell you. That's a nice. All right, Jesus, conversation's going on fantastic. I'm about to jump off, unfortunately. Yeah, thanks, Nedhead, for coming in. And I'm just going to run down. I'm just scrolling over everybody. Got to the bottom of the list. Here we are. Okay. Thanks, everyone. And I don't use Suno, but I do like my AI music. And we're going to finish off with a song. This is We Live Here. It is Tasmania.
down the hill. This island's got a magic, baby. Ain't no place gives me that thrill. 'Cause we love Tasmania, and that's why we live here. Yeah, we love Tasmania. Got the blues, but we don't care. From the mountains to the ocean, this island keeps us near. Hear that cold wind blowing through the tall gum trees. Oh, that cold wind's blowing, singing low and free. But the peace out in that silence is the sweetest song to me. 'Cause we love Tasmania, and that's why we live here. Yeah, we love Tasmania. Got the blues, but we don't care. Every sunrise on the water makes the whole world disappear. From Cradle Mountain to the Franklin Shore, you leave this land one time, you'll come running back for more. Wild hearts, wild places, and skies forever clear. Yeah, this island holds our stories, and it holds us year